Carl Schneider, US Ag. I got Mike Rogers Brothers here. I said I'd come back up, Mike, and get some data on the corn yields, and we had that field that was split by the road right through the middle. Yep. Neighbor on left, you on the right. Yep. You're on the south, they're on the north.
Yep.
And it was all good corn, I guess, but basically he was doing the best that the co-op had to offer.
Yep, we put their standard Coron, 3 gallons of Coron on with their rate of headline is what they put on there. We had, each one of us had 250 to 300 pounds of 46O on, and when we got done with the whole thing, we didn't use any headline, we just used the F14. We use it in first time at a whole rate at a gallon, and then turned around and put a half a gallon on.
So, okay.
And on the fly on with the plane, right at brown silk.
Okay.
And we were at 142.3, and he was at 131, 32, 33 in there someplace. We figure on the average that those two sections there's 300 acres each in each one of those fields. We did 9 bushel an acre more. 9 bushel an acre more at $6 is $54 an acre on it. It cost us about $32. We netted $22 an acre more on that particular piece. We ran out of water. If we had 7 weeks of no rain, and if we wouldn't have run out of water, I was positive it was going to jump more. And we had extreme wet spring, couldn't hardly get it in. Went to the 4th, 5th of July, all the way from the 1st of July clear until the 3rd week of August was 0 rains, and then got some rain, picked it back up. Then 4 weeks ago, ended up with a hard freeze, turned around and became 85 to 89 to 90 degrees with south winds, and the most extreme that you could get going into a freeze, and then it just like you were sitting in a dryer, and this whole thing just dried down, and it was losing a point to a point and a half a day.
Wow.
The corn, and then it quit raining again. We haven't had any rain since we started harvesting, but 30/100s, and that 30/100s was enough to toughen that shank back up. We were losing on that piece up there. We lost 10 bushel on the ground.
Wow.
You could grab a hold of the corn stalk and shake it, and the ear would fall off of it. And it didn't make any difference. That was all decaled there. I talked to guys at Pioneer, guys that, any Garst, any of the corn. It was such extremes that it was just worst year ever.
South Dakota weather.
South Dakota, genuine, guaranteed, I'm going to kick you,
Right. So...
But we feel we gained between 9 and 11 bushel an acre on everything we did. And we're doing a test plot right now. I'm sure you saw the combine, and he's sitting here writing down. We just did a test strip with no F14 on it. He's just writing it down now so that we've got that much. It's 160 acres here. I think there's 34 that we didn't put anything on it. And we're going to combine the rest, and we'll have our number ourselves, what it did here.
Okay.
And this is 2 year ago sod. So, this is our second crop on this sod. This is native sod. It's never been broke.
Right.
So
expectations shouldn't be real high then.
No, we're figuring 120, 25, 30 bushel on here. Last year we did 1,655 pounds an acre of confectionery sunflowers on this ground. Very happy with that. It's unbelievable that you could come over in the area that we're in right now and raise that amount of corn, 120 to 30 bushel corn. Just down the road, had a guy, and he just doesn't farm the new way. He farms like his dad farmed in the 50s, 60s, 70s. He comes into our terminal there, our grain terminal, in there, and he was really, really happy. He's 2 miles south of us. we're having to back up with the combine or else he's going to run over us here.
That's good.
Anyway, he came into the terminal here 3-4 days ago. Golly, he says, Mike, he says, I think my corn's going to make 80 bushel. I said, well, that's good, Alan. I'm glad to hear you. You're going to make that 80 bushel. Boy, he says, I've had a lot of 60, 65 bushel corn over there. So it's just telling you what difference we can do, what the products can do for you. The harness, the 28, the F14, in the right combinations. We're still playing with that. We don't know what the right combination is yet. We just don't know.
Right.
But we're getting closer.
Right.
We're getting closer all the time.
So you're making money up here in South Dakota.
Unbelievable. $6 corn at 140 bushel. That's going to be an AM up here. $6 corn, $840. Input cost without land rent is $350. $490 an acre profit in South Dakota on corn. Unheard of. My dad farmed from 1944 until 1977. We made more in 1 year than my dad did in that whole period of time.
Okay.
And the technology is here to do it. When these corn people, they're already got this corn, so it's really drought hardy. They're telling us now that when they get that drought gene introduced, we're going to gain 20 bushel on a bad year. That's where we get caught up, is on a bad year when we don't have the moisture we need.
Right.
And that's where this carried through. I think the F14, you got 80 bushels 2 miles south of me. And I know he didn't put the fertilizer on we put on, but he didn't put any F14 on. And we're doing this field right here, and you could walk on this field any time when this growing season was 2 down to the combining right now. You could see the line. You didn't have to have it marked. I had a green flag there, but I took it out several times. I brought people over here that were looking at this product, and I says, can you tell me, we're going to drive along here, you tell me someplace in this field where the line is. And out of the 4 guys I brought over, every one of them showed me the line.
Okay, so we should be, what he's doing right now, we're going into the F14 corn right now.
Right, yep.
Okay, so we should be able to see what good test difference is here over on this side.
Yep, and the grading house will tell us. The last load just went out now to my grain terminal, and they will, my sister's running terminal, she'll call me back with a grade on it, see how heavy it was, what we've got for a dock, what kind of corn, what it looks like, kernel size and stuff, and then we'll call her when the next truck leaves here. We'll call her and see what that next load looks like.
All right, so let's stay tuned.
It's been another year to remember in South Dakota. Lots of rain, then no rain, and then freeze, and then 90 degrees.
Looks like it's going to be good ice fishing.
Oh, I know it's going to be good ice fishing. Any day at ice fishing is better than any day at farming, I'm telling you.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.